Okay, we're back on traction again, out exploring, going on many adventures. So, road construction is a process that involves design, building, drainage, which is pertaining to diverting water or liquid away, and maintenance of roads slash highways and other transportation infrastructure. That's the area where the Maya slash Kahal Petron is at. All that beautiful thing that you see over there off in the distance on the hillside, that's the twin tongue of Santa Elena. So it encompasses various stages from planning to paving plus quality control. And I do believe those that you can see off in the distance, that should be Santa Familia. That's going towards Spanish Lookout, Billy White Duckon 1 and Duckon 2. Then off in the distance over here, somewhere down there in the valley, because right along there there's the Mopan River. That should be somewhere around there, would be the Bullet Tree village. And this is could potentially be, as the place develop and expand, this could be future area that would consider the downtown area of San Ignacio and San Ignacio and Santa Elena, the twin towns, as it expands, because downtown area can't stay tiny for long, but right now the downtown area is pretty tiny. Grossly miscalculated. This is not where I wanted to pop out. Oh well, but at least we can highlight some of the work that they have done in this little section of their stretch of the road here to help make it safer for picking up and dropping off students. This is the Sacred Heart Elementary. So early 20th century, British Honduras had a stagnant economy due to the global depression and a destructive hurricane that hit the area during that time frame or time period. This period gave life to a nationalist movement at the same time, calling for greater political participation. Due to the fact that it was a British colony during that time, a lot of the British subjects didn't have the right to partake in the political advancements or improvement of their community. And this would be pre-1930s. So mainly around that time the colony was under British rule. And it says during the 20s, the focus was on maintaining order and managing the economy. So as you can see, this all melts right into one. So all that beautiful landscape and architecture and buildings that you see on the hillside, that's all Santa Elena. And then over here, you can't even tell them apart. So the post-1930s economic crisis and with social unrest that increased political awareness and call for change. That's a lovely shot right there. So during the phase of the 1936 era, I guess they had worked on some sort of agreement prior to that granted limited voting rights, which were introduced, but the voting rights were highly restricted. So that was one way for them to basically use whether you had property, whether you held certain position, then you would basically your wealth or your social status would grant you permission to partake in voting. That's a hotel right there. I do believe it's the Acropolis. That's right here. It is the monastery and the Sacred Heart Church. It is Catholic, by the way. It says do not enter. That's not for me, that's for automobile. Alright. So as these different things were happening, trade union labor agitation led to having the first trade union established in the great nation of British Honduras back at that time, current day Belize. And this took place during 1941, plus passage of the Employers and Workers Bill in 1943. I do believe this is a hotel and restaurant here, and I do believe this is a hotel. So as you can see, it's what, an additional 5 to 6 minutes. That's walking distance from the downtown area. This right here is a pathway that leads towards, so this is a route from the downtown area that you take in this direction, and it puts you out at the top of the hill. As you mount the hill, then you gotta rise just a smidge more, and then you're at the Carl Maya site. So just giving you a little touch and taste of what's happening, what's going on. It says no parking. I guess maybe they found a tenant that was advertising, or has security advertising place for rent. Maybe they found the tenant. If you need prescription drugs, you can stop by there. It's on the first floor. And this is the other pathway that you can take right next to the police station and go up to, you can stop on the left hand side at San Ignacio Hotel, or you can just keep on going and you can hit the Cow Pitch as well. Just that this is the section that's a tad bit longer, and I'm talking about walking distance. And you have the famous Hawksworth Bridge over there. And this is a famous Burns Avenue dead ahead. You can have a positive perspective and outlook, and things still go awry. There's something that I have to learn. I do believe right here there's two rentals right here as well. I don't know if they're still doing it, but there's two rentals right here, this resident. I haven't used it in over 2 years. Alright, this is in Santa Elena, and that off in the distance over here is San Ignacio with the Tongkong, so that my finger just blot out. And then over here will be the lower Dongtong by the park, Macau Park, and market area, the bazaar area, this section right over here. I think this is a road. I don't know. Sometimes when you drive you miss certain things, so I'm assuming this is a road, and then I don't have to do that long loop over there and come out right here, because I'm about to come out on the Cristo Rey Road. It's pretty cool that they have a new stop sign. Last time I was here, this lot was pretty bad. Looked like they backfilled it. So you take this to Cristo Rey / San Antonio. Heading back down. The image that the camera is capturing right now, that's West Street. That's the next street to the left if you're on the Burns Avenue and your back is facing to the downtown area. West Street will be on your left. There's a little corner store here that had a motorcycle repair shop over here and parts. Looks like it's not there anymore. So now off in the distance over there, that will be Santa Familia. That's lower downtown Santa Elena. That's the old Santa Elena as well. Oh wow, that looks awesome. That's a beautiful place right there. Observation deck. That without the owner's permission, but it's a bicycle repair shop. I wasn't expecting that to be there, so it's coming to get started over here and then work my way around. Ooh, look like they have an extended area back there as well. Don't know if this is all the same property. Looks like it. Check out this tiny sidewalk. That's another thing too. A lot of the sidewalks are not wheelchair accessible. You can come check them out. This is one of the awesome spot about Santa Elena. They're starting to elevate to a more economical standards and compete and put itself on the map. So Santa Elena first firehouse is up there somewhere You used to be able to see it from down here because they designed it and built it in a way to mimic what they had over in San Ignacio. The firehouse was at the top of the hill due to the fact that not too many residents had phone home phones, so they use it as an observation deck to while the firefighters are on duty, they could sit in certain areas and then overlook the twin tongue, and if they see smoke, according to, there's a way to identify and recognize when there was a major fire. Once I can get up to a certain point, I will pinpoint and show how, when I was a firefighter, how we located fire, a house that was on fire, just from utilizing the view. I'm not able to get up to that point. Hello? See, this is what I'm talking about right there. Instead of like approaching or asking a question, they're just going to assume, ponder, and make assumption based on their own fears. When people do things like that, it's an indication that they themselves are people who are criminals, and they're either on the side of life that deals with negativity, instead of just say, hey man, what's going on, what you about. It only take what, 15 seconds to get to know someone. So now I'm debating if I want to go up higher to be able to see if I can show why the firehouse was selected. And part of it, they said they choose to not use it anymore based on the fact that the road wasn't paved back then and it was kind of dangerous. I think one time the fire truck drove off and ended up in someone's yard. Twice it happened. So before I got to my location, I already knew that I was going to be meeting resistance, and the channel is not about that, but doing it for 5 years now, I got to address it. This is Ministry of Works right here, and woo, there you have some of the timber from the low-line bridge that is being salvaged. I was hoping to get a couple of them. This is the reason why I'm back over here, because I want to use it on a project to give it new life. I hope he would be willing to smile for the camera. Okay, so now we're over here because I came to see if they have made progress on the double street, which is Cayo Puerto Street. I was doing some research yesterday and I saw videos of international YouTubers who have made, did aerial shots of Santa Elena, the roundabout, in different parts. So it just motivate and inspire me to come over here and do a video. Still there on the porch. I chose this route due to the fact that there's a natural creek as well that runs through here, and I'm not too familiar where it starts. I just know, and it's a seasonal creek as well. I don't know if it still is able to make its way back to the Makal River. So this is where the little creek is at. It flows right through this place right here. If you're ever in the area, you could stop in and check them out. I've been there. I've actually sat, drank, and ate food in there as well. I don't know if they still have a kitchen because I haven't been here in over 3 years. The guys and friends that I used to hang out with and come here, they're not here in Belize anymore. and it's right up the just a way up from the George Price Highway. There's a Texas license plate on that roof. And then there's another lumber yard over here for your building and construction needs. You can check them out. I was expecting it to at least have asphalt by now, but it's not. All right. I think it's been roughly 2 to 3 weeks since the project got started. Same car from earlier. That's work for the moment. Over here is one of the oldest car wash, I would say. Well, not the oldest. The first one actually didn't survive, stayed open. You know what? I don't need to provide too much information because as we can pick up on our own, project is still incomplete. That fence going up too. I don't know if they're going to put a sidewalk as well. That would be great. That's another thing that some of the contractors are maybe falling short, and I hate to say this and do this, but they could have put a drive-through, put in gates large enough to where they, like almost families are, a lot of families have cars now. They could have a car where they could drive in and do drop off and just come out to alleviate the traffic, the tension of the traffic on the street side. So the general contractor said that it should be finished by August, and they somewhat should have it slated open for September of 2025. As I was saying, see if they had put a large enough gate, come right through here, create an exit point, and have it to where the cars can just come in and out. And right here they have a playground. I hope maybe they utilize it. And it's kindergarten as well. It's a pre-K. Remember, reading is fundamental and critical. The more you read, the more information you feed to yourself, the better you can become. There is a program that they have here at the library. You can't sign up anymore, so you'll have to sign up for next summer. But I highly recommend that you still, if you're not able to be a part of the program, come and read. Reading information is critical for your advancement. This is Santa Elena, and this was back in the day. This was a popular location for teenagers. It's kind of difficult to look at it now because this park, this basketball court, was utilized when I was a teenager. Like kids would be out right now, even though they weren't supervised. There would be certain types of adult figure out here, and they would always be organizing maybe five-a-side or little basketball 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 little games throughout the day, especially for during the summer. That activity was meant to basically like let the kids get their physical education in, let them get their physical education, teamwork, building skills, and social, just basic social skills, learning how to basically have communication. Yes, they're youngsters, there will be tensions and little tiffs and arguments. That's a natural cycle of life. but there was always some sort of activity going on. It's difficult to watch the place being vacant. It's obvious that the officer has some sort of concerned look on his face. I approached him, turned and walked away. But I still made a conscious effort to basically try to set the tone for something um, awesome to engage him and basically provide information he's not wanting to, so I'm not gonna force him. I guess they got the bleachers all finished. Guess it's time for the place to be cut. I mean, the grass needs to be cut, and maybe now they need to start planting some, putting down some trees and stuff for shade. Like I said, this was like a hub for kids to be able to. They say idle minds are the devil's workshop. It was a hub for kids to have an outlet. To see it just vacant and then someone just invest in beautifying it and then they're not utilizing it, it's kind of tough to watch. I think I'll make a suggestion. If people are concerned, especially parents, you're that concerned, I mean, start organizing fun activities that, and then chaperone it yourself. Create a PTA where parents can get together and do a collaboration with the sports committee or the sports ministry of sports, or I don't know what it would entail or require. There's a street sign right there. I coordinate with referees. Uh, you figure Google if there's an association for referees. Shoot them an email. Shoot an email to the Minister of Sports, the Minister of Education, and figure out how to gain access to a couple basketballs, footballs, and do something for teenagers, youngsters, and utilize the sporting facilities that are readily available in your neck of the woods. Mango season is in full effect. Just come right there to this building and go upstairs and see if you can sign up for physical activities right there. So once they sign up, they're learning motor skills, they're learning how to socialize, communicate with each other. Some of the skills that they're going to learn are going to be critical for survival and life as they become mature adults. There are a lot happening when you put your kids in sports. Hand to eye coordination, physical health. They could become like a nutritionist. There's all different types of things that you can learn from just sports that will apply and be able to transition to their life as they get older. So sign up. And then, like I said, when they go to the library, if they're not into sports, they can go read and do research. Books will be the key, and it's the key that will open the door to those that are educated and smart, and it will show them ways on how to elevate themselves and apply that in their life. Like certain reading program, if you do a reading program, chess, checker, domino club, darts. The reason for them to doing like a book reading club is so that once they read, they could maybe read the same book, and then after reading the same book, they can have a discussion. You know how you would ask them to do a book report instead of doing a book report, they need to communicate what they have read, and that way they learn how to articulate themselves, and then they're learning how to communicate with other kids and socialize as well, which is critical for life survival. Just gotta keep that rolling. The birds, man, I gotta be quiet now. See if we can find hungry hippo. I'm back here to drop the alarm and not let people be on such a high alert over defamation of character. And they say when you assume and you make an ass of yourself. So I'm down here just to de-escalate. There's some tourists up there. Okay, so I was wanting to do this one and trip around you know, out in Santa Elena in the community, because this one is about Creole and the role and the impact that Creole have, and all the different contribution that they have made to where the great nation of Belize is at this current juncture, current phase. I'm actually a Creole myself. So Creole have made a monumental stride uh, with the advancement of what was known as British Honduras. It's a diverse group of citizens that has a mixture of African, European ancestry. Hungry Hippo is not here today. I guess they might have taken him to a different location. There's someone that's hauling water. Some sort of, more than likely it's construction project, and if it's not construction project, it's for their ranch or their farm. So it states that they are primarily descendants of enslaved West and Central Africans with British loggers. Snuck up and came up close. I think this is a different company right here. Ready to pour these into? Sleeping sauropod is about to do its thing. Wow, that looked like they had a rough time. Windshield got kicked in. Historically, Creole, who are the majority of the population, plus played significant role in the nation development. But now, due to the modern era, current situation, Creole has diminished or decreased due to immigration plus other factors. He was cutting that without lens. Even though the Creoles have decreased in numbers, the Creole remain the vital part of Belizean culture and identity. So the emergence of Creole emerged from the union of African slave, and they intermingle and mix with British settlers, buccaneers, pirates, um, which were primarily of Scottish descent, also stating English as well. Okay, someone asked about why the parks on the riverbank were neglected. I don't really know, but I guess they heard or saw that comment and they got after it. Horsepower, that's perfect right there. You have the sleeping sauropod in action, and then there's the horsepower right there, the actual engine. And here he is. So she is. And so they primarily mix with Scottish / English loggers known as baymen, buccaneers, pirates, indentured servants. Hope the microphone is picking up the birds chirping. Oh shucks, I didn't even see that guy sitting down there. Well, too late. I already got captured. So the old pylons. Many African slaves were brought to the area known as British Honduras back then, currently Belize. From Jamaica, plus other parts of the Caribbean or other Caribbean islands. He's about to take our picture. That's how we used to call it in welding. Man, he's doing that bare eyes. Just shielding his eyes. Ooh, that's dangerous. No matter how much you shield it, it's burning your eyes. Oh wow, he's not even using the welding hood. Whew. Pray for him, because when he gets older, he's gonna have a hard time. I'm using my phone to shield my eyes and the brim of my hat, so I'm not actually looking over there. I'm just glancing, plus I'm using the beam as well. because I know how hard it is on the eye. Here we back again where it also says Creole played key roles in the colony economy back then. It was the timber industry. And there's more information, just more about Creoles. It says Creole culture is a blend of African, European, and Maya influence or fusion. And it says Creole developed and created their own language or way of communication, which is Creole. And Jamaicans, as in patois, the Jamaicans would say bus left eye. Creole and say I missed the bus or the bus left me. Or the bus done gone. Or me missed the bus. Or bus left eye. And so it says Creole historically played roles in trade, politics, profession, plus other sectors that shape the nation's identity. I hope the mestizos, they can acknowledge and give thanks for that and salute the Creoles for all that they have done and continue to do and what the past ancestors have contributed that led to the state of our current affairs. One of the amazing things that you can do for oneself is to know and love yourself. You gotta ponder and reflect on your past. I did not know that we claim and we celebrate that our independence was granted or took a path of least resistance without violence. Not so. Meaning, well, it was violence free when it comes to picking up arms and killing and fighting for independence. When it comes to that aspect or from that side of it, we did not take up arms and we did not revolt and kill each other, which is fought the British for our independence. But it stated that during the early 20th century, during the time which is 1919, and now it didn't lasted all that time. Maybe happened a period during the 1919 and then again in 1934. I'm not an expert, so don't hold me to that. But it states that there were riots and the British Hondurans people back in that time were writing for more rights to have say in how they govern themselves. Rights, they wanted rights to give them a pathway to owning land, property, building economical wealth, owning businesses. For that to happen, they had to struggle. Which is the struggle was they rioted for those rights to be able to own land, vote, just simple voting. Having unions as well, they rioted for. They rioted to self-govern. They retaliate and they wanted their voice to be heard at the same time. Freedom of speech. So it said many Creoles spearhead the formation of the first trade union. There you go. They also pushed and led the foundation and created a system or an atmosphere that gave birth and created the People's United Party, which is a political party that still is in existence to this day. So it also says that the People's United Party, or PUP, heavily backed by the Creole leaders and became a major force to push for self-governance. And then eventually it led to independence. But yes, during all that time, and I should have been a little bit more coy and did more facts searching. They did have, I think, riots between, I'd say, 47 to about maybe early 70s or late 60s. It just didn't just happen, once or twice. It happened for a long period of time, as well as they marched for self-governance and independence and the rights to vote. That's another thing that most Belizeans, I don't even know, because I didn't even know that it was a major struggle for citizens to vote back in the day, something that we take for granted today. More information. It says Creole were at the forefront of social political movement in the 20th century, advocate for rights, welfare for all Belizeans. Didn't say this one done. Inclusion. Every single Belizean to have the right to freedom, justice, liberty for all, and the right to create and live peacefully in harmony. Man, the more you go and you look at it, man, back then they were really thinking about some heavy stuff. They weren't just thinking about themselves. As I said, all, and that includes us today. We have to, I guess, ponder on that a smidge, and there's more people need to do fact searching like that, and gotta stop. This is one of the major tension or political anchor here, that a lot of citizens view each other as the enemy based on political alliance. And I'm speaking not for others, but I'm speaking for my own family, within my own family tree. So it stated that Creole culture contributed, or contribution, which would be language, then music, which is boom and shine music, cuisine, storytelling, enrich cultural tapestry, arts. So things aren't taken out of context. I mean, major construction companies. I did said something the other day about a video about the gentleman that fell in the river. We have to view it from a different perspective, a different angle. That if he had gotten injured, we have to basically hold ourselves accountable and try to speak up for fellow citizens. Remember, we're all out here trying to gain a slice of paradise, and leave some sort of a legacy that will sustain the next generation. Someone suggested that maybe, since people are utilizing the area and using it as a shortcut to travel to and fro, maybe someone should bring like a little boat down here and just charge a little fee, maybe 50 cents, and cross people. And I feel if anyone took offense to that, then they're working wrong industry. But we're not judging, we're not condemning, we're not criticizing. We're just looking at ways and how to help each other manage the finance that each individual have access to, so that they can create something for themselves. So maybe they could try and set up and just cross people over there at the old Bourtois. I don't know how well that will work because it's kind of like somewhat there's a large distance and gap between there and the market, which is right here. If they take offense to anything like that, then they themselves know their own, they themselves realize and know that they're not doing enough to like assist fellow citizens. So if that side is not going to work, then maybe they can scout out this area over here and find the safest exit point on this side of the river, which is in Santa Elena, where they could just take the little boat or canoe and just go from one side to the next. And like I said, you just charge a little 50 cents for those who are utilizing this area as a shortcut and managing the distance and time frame to get to and fro. Like I said, someone made that suggestion. I'm just putting it out there for anyone. They don't have a job and they know someone with a boat or a little canoe, they can come down here and just do this until the bridge is completed. Maybe it might be successful enough where eventually tourists might even come down and utilize it. Who knows? You never know. And if you yourself have a boat and then you have a family member that perfect, all the teenagers right now do their little summer hustle, a little side gig right there. And trust me, I do believe once people know that that's here, they will utilize it and use it, because not everyone lives right there in the area where the Hartsworth Bridge is. Most people live much farther down from there. So like I said, that was a nice little way to create something for yourself. And like I said, for the company, I mean, they should have been able to realize and done some sort of research and facts checking and do like a data collection where they come out and ask people prior to deconstructing and building the bridge if it would be a wise idea to just set up a temporary crossing. But it's too late. We need them there or here, so they shouldn't take offense to whatever people were saying about that. It's just part of the game, and they should use this as a stepping stone to where they can learn and then prepare for the future. That's what life is. It's a lesson. It will teach you if you're willing to receive the information. If not, you'll just be stuck in the rut. You do work for like, shares, comments, and likes. Remember to subscribe to the channel as well. And like I said, when someone suggests a pedestrian ramp, even though this is being built, and then they suggest maybe building a pedestrian ramp, it's a great idea. I mean, if they build it on the opposite side, link it to the deck over there, where people can just utilize, open an entry point from the deck, and then just have it where it comes across the river. And it could just be like a pedestrian ramp where people could come down and walk between the different areas. But that's for the foreseeable future, if they deem it as something that would be worthy to put in the community or build for the community. Setting the tempo. It's injured. Someone just link me up and dial me in and let me know that there's Jello here in Belize that's made here in Belize as well. It's originally from Orange Walk town in Orange Walk District in the northern part of Belize. Just south, Orange Walk is just south of Corazal and just north of Belize District.
Imagine somebody dropped in there and did up with them by
I just opened it. You gotta remember to keep it refrigerated. I didn't think about that. Kind of melt just a smidge. So Ras, R-A-S, means duke or prince in the Ethiopian Semitic language. This is the reason why I say Raspek, one. One in representing unity or unification of oneness. Respect as in respect, but with a prince or duke level of love and admiration. Belize is known for having crude oil or extracting crude oil. So the true essence of the word overstand, it's like when you provide someone with an information or you're trying to educate, empower, and uplift them. When they respond with overstand, it means that they have fully observed the information. When you use the word understand, so overstand represents that and we're using the table as an example. So when someone responds with I overstand, it means that they overstand. So it's like wizards. Its elevation, the information and the level of observance have no bound. It's infinite. When you use the word understand, it's like okay, they didn't fully grasp the concept. So and they're sitting under the table. When they try to rise, the table permit them from rising because their head will collide with the top of the table. That's why we don't use understand, we use overstand.
But she had my son. We say we actually like you know invite me.
This is the reason why we knuckle down in case that you don't wash your hand or the palm of your hand have bacteria, you don't transmit germs to each other, and that's a way of saying I respect you, Kingman, by dibbing.
And she has to explain shit.
This is another one product of Belize, live and direct straight out of Orange Walk, the northern district. They finally fixed it, but it smells. Definitely getting that today. We're going. Love this store right there. And then when you're here, always shop at these stalls first. Then you come to the middle ones. I mean, cause it's all ours, you know. It's like we're supposed to support each other.
But it still exists? That is skin fit.
Body fit. Brother, knock yourself out. Alright. I just missed the little boy was standing on the old existing pylon and he jumped off. I just missed it. So they enjoy a nice lunch. Brunch, it's brunch because I haven't had breakfast yet. So it's brunch. Lunch and breakfast in one.
I'm nice. So.
Yeah, my tripod broke a while back. It's time to get a new tripod.
I tell you, I got a thing to wear for I got one of the things where I could put the phone pan. I could hook that up on any tree. I remember that the family make that drama? No.
It's the first time it's taking so long. One cut up already. What had they try capture everything?
I was sitting there like me. I come and capture you making.
Oh, and I never know you want it up and close
Yes,
and
I tell you
personal.
up close. I need a load of close, man. Like, you know, I bring you right into me. What
Alright, got it.
So we just make one regular something. Regular. And regular brunch.
Yeah, this is how I used to roll when I officially graduated, and I didn't think I felt safe and I was fit to work in an office. For my before I graduated, I had to do 2 weeks, and I did 2 weeks in a government office, and I was like, nah, that's not for me. And I used my fallback trade that my dad taught me when I was a youngster, how to be a carpenter or a builder. But I followed my uncle, who was an artist, a famous artist here in Belize, and that's how I was able to survive and travel. And this is how we would eat back in the day. Fresh, raw.
Just get it from the market.
Mm-hmm. But this is my first time. I want to try first time making a sandwich with the garlic, as in for me, it's first time. I eat garlic by itself, but never in a sandwich before.
Garlic, yeah.
Yeah.
Garlic, cucumber, onion. Oh, just try to see what we could do.
Mm.
You know, we have no knife, so most
Yeah.
of the things there.
Feel it like an
Feel it.
orange.
Our hands.
You guys watching and paying attention to Homeboy, I didn't see where he went. So he's on the other side of the bridge?
Yeah, the Guyana, so
Oh, shit.
don't find friend.
Because I didn't realize he's a little. No, but it seemed like God is kicking in. Because when he was standing
Well.
there, he was shaking.
Nothing fancy, I saw this face.
And tell him what you are. Here's the mic. Explain what part of the Rastafarian community are you on? You are Bobo Shanti?
Well,
Good.
first of all, I just like the levity. You know, and I just like wrapping my hair, and then I find it more comfortable for me. You know, I try to learn, like, I don't know a lot about the Boba Shanties them, but I love like I say, I love the levity, I like the culture. I learn a lot of things from my friends them too. I have a couple Rasta bedrooms and stuff. My name is Hammer. Some people call me Hammer. I make music. I've been making music from 2002. One of my friends passed away. We were in a crew, like backyard crew, and one of my main friends passed away, poor kid. Now I still have my friend Shane Ranks, but we don't link up again. I have my bedroom last year. So today we just chilling by the river, buy something from the market. I'm just enjoying this is my first food for the morning. I haven't eaten nothing for the morning, and right now it's about, I don't know the time.
About 1 o'clock.
It's like 1 o'clock, so this is my first brunch for the morning. And I hear my friend Ismail. I enjoy his documentaries, you know. So today I find myself in his documentary. And it's beautiful right now. You see we're on that way by the Makar River. Right now they making the bridge, and we haven't been able to cross the bridge for a while now. But probably maybe in the next couple of months we'll be able to cross the bridge, make it a little easier for the people at Santa Elena, you know. So yeah, we're just enjoying ourselves today. Today is a beautiful Wednesday by the riverside. Can't complain. And with my friend, I'm with my friends them, so enough joy. We have no fun from this morning, no fun. You know, so and just I enjoy what's around and enjoy the day.
All right, enjoy your brunch, brother. It's probably really enjoy yourself.
I have to go work tomorrow. Until I do the fucking thing.
I hope you not drop though.
I have to do seriously. What the fuck happened now?
Sleeping sauropod is in action. Yeah. He say dropping an I-beam as well. And then the gentleman that's coming across is hanging out with us too. He's having a great afternoon slash he enjoyed a wonderful morning. He said there are too many rock stones in there. Tender feet can't handle the stones. They're lowering it, they're dropping it. We're just having a airy, blissful, zenful afternoon filled with zealous admiration and appreciation for life, liberty, and dignity. I'm gonna make my way back over there and get me a little sandwich. Mal lunch today. Whew, that one got out of control. Here comes the hungry hippo. So the potato, all it has is lime juice. Every bite, you just skim a little bit of lime juice. You can add we don't have any olive oil or coconut oil or kuhun oil, peanut oil. There she goes. Earlier, the welder was welding on some I-beam arms to receive that. Touchdown. Didn't put any lime on this one. I already got up on it. He knows it's safe and secure without it properly being attached to the other I-beams based on the length, weight distribution. Like he caught something. Guess it's a freshwater snail or maybe a freshwater crayfish or shrimp. I won't go investigate. Hungry hippo is moving, pulling out. It's coming back in because it might be a little too soft. Oh, he's doctoring up the little pathway. So hungry hippo and sleeping sauropod are in action both at the same time. Remember, this is a construction site, a live, active construction site. So if you come in, make sure you know what's happening or going on. Otherwise, keep your distance and avoid crossing the bridge as well. I guess you're gonna have to just make up your mind that you're gonna have to utilize the hot short bridge, or you're gonna have to use the Santa Elena bridge to just walk across. Wear flip-flops, put your sneakers or your work boots in your bag, put on shorts, and then when you get to where you're going, you can change out. Hungry hippo and sleeping sauropod in action. They're both skilled men too at what they do. It seems like they love what they do. Like I said, please avoid using the bridge. And if you don't have any ability to assess the danger, keep your distance. Right now it's just heights, vibing up and exchanging frequencies, vibration, information. You see them around town, support primarily on the burns as well. 13.8 way. Another thing is, I hope that the company just reach out to all the different people who use Fireheart and try to distribute or give them access to all the branches that's been falling off the different trees and stuff down here. Put it to good use. Look like he got tired of panning for gold. Whew. The sun's getting bright. You can't even see the screen. I don't even know if I have the record button going. But yeah, Hungry Hippo is in action. They're patching up the area due to the fact that when they were re-establishing and resetting up in a different location. Damn, my sombrero won't stay on my head today. It's a little breezy and windy. That's the famous Burns Avenue right here. Right, crash on the worst section of the street possible. Okay, taking a back tour. I know I always come through here and I always capture this building, but I got to due to the fact that this building was the market at one point. Here, if you can see this tile off section, that used to be the entry point. Over here was the other entry point as well. And prior to it being the library, it was the meat market. Then they slowly incorporated vegetables, but it got renovated and built under the Baron Bliss banner. This is a route that you can hike and take to go to the Sandy Bay. Guess they're finally doing patrols over there. They can also do foot patrols. Oh wow, it looks like there's some tourists down there. I thought it was locals, but no, it's tourists hanging out. Oh, he's skipping stones too. Wow. That was a popular thing here during the summertime. Oh wow. There are a couple more walking over there. I've zoomed in too much. Can't capture all both at the same time. I highly recommend when you're going down here, don't go by yourself. Go in a cliques of 4 or more. That's the Makal River down there. This is the Makal / Maya River Valley Belt. That's the iconic mosquitoes are hovering around me or over me, trying to get a little supper. That's the low line wooden bridge. There's a section of it that's still there, but there's another section that they have completed. Okay, so based on all the information that I have found and gathered, tourists or tourism in Belize is poised for growth due to expected tourism growth based on the fact that they are renovating the international airport in Ladyville, expansion of it, the emergence of new sectors. I don't know what is meant by that. Possibly what they're assuming that there are more resorts under construction and about to come online. And this one is kind of far-fetched, but hopefully it would be something that they take into consideration and move towards it at a rapid pace, which would be the possibility or possible for us to have a Maya train expansion system in the great nation of Belize. The tourists and the low-line bridge in the backdrop. It also says or stumble across information that Belize faces some economic challenges, but note they are an overall look for, and it's still there's a strong overall look for positive growth in the time frame of 2025. They are definitely making the best of their vacation time. Chickens in town. They docked up their little pot here because I came through here the other day and I hit a major roadblock. Sherlock, all right, the sleeping sauropod is sleeping today. It's taking a little nappity nap. Plus, we did had a brief thunderstorm that lasted about mere 20 minutes or less, and that's stretching it as well. No, that's pretty sweet. I wonder if he's a skateboarder. So most of the expected growth would be via tourism, but citizens and business should focus on trying to do some sort of preparation for a potential economic headwind. This is stating that we must diversify our economy and building mean like yes we need infrastructure and stuff, but a greater requirement is we need industry. So this is saying that Belize total foreign investment which would be invested in Belize, or that it was forecast to continually increase between 2024 to 2025 approximately to, let's say, about 25 mil. That's US. Mental note, last time I think a few years or 2 years back, it stated that, okay, let's put it this way, Belize is an agricultural community. It's slated to be primarily an agricultural nation. Well, there was some information that stated that we had mass produced a ton of carrots and they were questioning what to do with it. So I don't really know if they did anything with it, and I really didn't want to like jump in on it due to the fact that it was the first one and that's not part of how the channel is operating at this current juncture, but due to the fact that it has happened again, I will address it. So the last time we had like an increase of carrots that was basically grown here in the great nation of Belize. In the event that that happens again, we can start by creating a simple thing that you can get from the carrot, which is carrot juice. Just like how you have orange juice, you can make carrot juice as well. I'm highlighting or pointing it out that you can also make carrot muffins, you can make carrot cake, or at least you don't have to make the carrot cake, but you can take the carrot and use it as create mince it up or cut it up in a way that it's an ingredient that can be stocked and stored in shelves or in supermarkets. Now I'm addressing this one due to the fact that we're having same situation again, but this time it's with potatoes. So we should create a processing factory that can process stuff like that. Processing potatoes, we can do potato chips, potato frozen fries. Plus, there's also this thing that you get from potato as well, which is potato biofuel, and it can be used in animal feed. Potatoes can also be used to make vodka or local potato wine. Potato can also be used to create a starch, which could be used in sauce, soups, and gravies. Using the sidewalk. Right there, open. This right here is a hotel as well. So, the nation capital of Belmopan and San Pedro experienced the highest increase in consumer prices recorded, recording inflation rate of 3.5% in April 2025. This is the newest addition to the downtown scene. The shack unfortunately had vanished, and this just recently reopened. It's a pub hall, beer hall slash pool hall. Highly recommend checking out this store right here, the Lion Paw Roots and Culture. We do work for like, shares, and comments. Remember to subscribe to the channel. So in short, we appreciate when you guys come and visit this great nation of Belize immensely. It definitely impacted in so many ways, forms, and shape. We say thank you. We salute you guys. That was the lady that was swimming earlier. Okay. Not everyone that carries natty or wears dreadlocks or have natty dreadlocks is a Rasta. And Rasta means duke or prince in the Ethiopian Semitic language. Some guys wear it or carry it just for fashion, as a fashion statement. Some just are chameleons. They're just trying to ride the coattails, and they're not really representing. For us, Nati is a act of submission and submitting to the Father, the Creator, to the life, the universe. It's about holding oneself accountable and living according to the law of man and the scriptures. Carry oneself in a manner that's befitting to unity, solidarity, peace, and love, and creating an environment of communal respect and trying to educate, empower, and uplift each other, not to downpress, not to oppress, but to elevate. Hence, officialness, hence overstand, hence Ainana, Ainite.